You gotta order 2 signs to make it double sided. Okay.
I only need one side.
No, I want it on both.
3 or 4 phone calls a day.
Coming for it straight at the street, that's the side here.
Mine either
I'll build it
or
somewhere.
a chain. No, neither.
Yeah, I could mount it to the peak of my garage.
Yeah. Get a whole lot cheaper, and a whole lot more visible.
Absolutely.
From a long way. Fully assembled, plug and play.
You're good to go.
You're good to go?
I thought you were good to be going early. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's have the roll call.
Denny Sands.
Here.
Jeff Jeffco.
Here.
Mark Stanley.
Here.
Kellen Welsh.
Here.
Richard Lekowitz.
Here.
Joshua Snyder.
Here. Okay, do we have any additions to the agenda this evening? None? Here's where I usually get crossed up. Can we approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I was waiting. Why did you do that? You sleep?
I'm right.
Okay.
Citizens addressing.
Citizens addressing the board this evening? Anybody?
Ryan Maloney.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Good to see you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to you a little bit today. I wanted to propose that the village consider investigating TIFs, as Jerry Foster talked about a couple months ago. I think this is a great community full of wonderful people, but unfortunately our downtown does not reflect that. And I think TIFs would be a great way to help reinvigorate the community and bring some additional business development. I think it's easy to see, like I said, there's a definite need. A lot of properties down Route 30 and even possibly, I know you mentioned having a corridor to the potential Potawatomi property could be considered in distress for sure. And the people are really interested in it too. That's something that comes up routinely in town halls. It came up in the candidate interviews and when we had elections last time. People want to see the community revived and reinvigorated. And there's a lot of expertise that's local to help meet that need. You have a respected member of the community talking about it that's researched it a lot. You have the legal team to be able to deal with that. And I'm speaking to you just as a concerned citizen, not a business owner that stands to profit from this other than just the general improvement to the quality of life for myself and my kids and my neighbors. And so that's why I really think this is a win, potentially. You have a need, and then you have the resources to meet that need really well. So I'd encourage you to make that investment in this community. Thank you.
Thanks. I do think there's people that are really interested in the TIF, so maybe we can get going on that a little bit. The village president's report, haven't got a lot, but today, this afternoon, late 3 o'clock, we were able to talk to Representative Lauren Underwood. She's a representative of the 14th District, and she gave us some good news, I guess, that she's been able to secure $1 million for the Potawatomi tribe. And I thought right away, well, that's for the sewer extension, but it's not. It's for remodeling one of their homes they have out in the township here, because that's going to be their business center or their office building. So the representative is bringing $1 million to the Shabbona area.
So is that, being it's for the Potawatomi, is that tax exempt?
I know just what she told us today was that she had secured $1 million for them. They had asked for 3 million, but she got $1 million for them, so. Be quite an investment here. And we also talked to her about, maybe she could help us out with some of the lead line problems we have. And maybe rebuilding Illini Street, so she was open to both of those, so. Anyway, that's what I had from today's meeting with Lauren Underwood. And we've got the Public Works report. The guys have been doing a lot of locating for the internet company that's doing the direct boring in town. And to that, they had a night that they had to they had to repair a water service that got hit by the boring company. But I guess that was kind of our fault because we didn't get it located quite correctly, so. They've been busy. So. With that, I think we'll go on to the committee reports. Mark, what do you got from the infrastructure committee?
So infrastructure, I believe we scheduled a meeting for Monday night at 5 o'clock, if I'm correct?
You are
Jim?
correct, but we're gonna talk about that. You and I
Okay.
will talk about that this evening.
With that said, I have nothing to report because we did a combined meeting with the finance committee and we didn't have enough people here for my committee to do anything with. So,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, the finance committee, Callan.
We're working on the budget. Richard and I. Anything else to report on that? That's about it.
Okay.
When is that to be presented? Is that the May meeting?
There's gonna be multiple finance committee meetings,
Right.
because you gotta start doing appropriations and budget for fiscal year 27.
Right.
So the goal's to do appropriations and budget by no later than the June meeting for vote.
Well, doesn't the fiscal year start in April?
Yeah, but we've got 90 days from the end of the previous
Oh.
fiscal year to
More time
finalize.
than I thought then. Okay, great.
Because May's when we'll have the final numbers for the previous fiscal year.
All right, thank you.
Anything else, Callan?
I think that's about it for right now.
Development, Josh, what do you got?
We're gonna have a meeting on this Tuesday, the 20th, at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. We'll be reviewing the proposed e-bike ordinance and see what we can do with it
We're gonna have the meeting at?
here.
There?
I'll
Anything
send
else?
out the agenda and stuff for tomorrow.
Public Affairs Committee, Denny, what do you got?
Well, it says Winter Festival, but I think we covered that at the last meeting, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Where does it say Winter Festival?
Well, maybe I got the wrong sheet on.
January.
I was looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Well, it probably does say that though.
Yeah, it does say in that. The big thing that we've been working on behind the scenes, or I've been working on behind the scenes, is working on the sign project. Here's some extra copies of somebody in the audience didn't get any. These are just give us suggestions or a way to maybe start moving towards advertising signs.
Oh, thank you.
And what, did you guys get the map to the one with it? Probably not.
I don't know what's on the bottom of that, if that's,
Probably mine.
okay. Yeah, that one, never mind, okay.
Look like multiples.
It's this, okay.
Yeah. It's just, So anyway, what, we've been working on for the last several months is signage. How to, get people, more people that go to the park, perhaps to come into the town. And also people just going through the town
to stop in the town. And we just, mentioned earlier about the downtown district is really looking sad, and we need to come up with ideas to spruce it up and stuff. Signage is a big thing that I think that we need to do. I come up with a map of where we would possibly put some signs. One would be out at US 30 and Preserve Road. That'd be the far west sign. We'd put one right at the park entrance or exit as you go out of the park. There's some little signs there now, right on Preserve Road. So you gotta turn left or right, so that'd be a good spot to put a sign. And then over here on Indian Road and over here past Shabbona Road would be another possible one. And then down, park entrance, the corners where Beth Ironsley used to have her sign. So we'd have probably as few as 4, but maybe the 5th one. And the 5th one would be an extra one out here on Shabbona Road by Casey's, that area. Well, I looked at a ton of signs on the internet. And this one here is the one that I like the best, and it kind of gives us an idea. We don't have to pick this one, we can pick another design. I've talked to the company 3 times on the telephone. What comes with this price here, the $27.85, is just the signage itself, the sign itself, not the bricks on either side, bricks on the bottom. That is, we'd have to hire somebody, a bricklayer or whatever, to do that for us. So that is not included in the price. But that's not a bad price for a programmable sign. Especially the way you would change it is with your laptop.
No, this says it's got a remote control keyboard
Got a
from
QWERTY
up to
keyboard.
150 feet away.
Yeah, but it can be altered to work off your laptop. It may cost us a little bit more, but it can. So I recommend that we do that upgrade too. What the total price will be, be somewhere around there. They also have the next size up, which is 2 feet wider and a little bit taller. And I think we should go for the one that is a little bit bigger. That price for the 4 signs would be $12,740. Where this one would be about, for 4 signs, about, 800 to 900, somewhere in that range.
And that'd be times 2, correct, Denny?
Well, yeah, the signs, the way they make them is kind of neat. They're one-way signs, so if you want a sign that is front and back, you take 2 of them and slap them together. That's the way they do it. But on US 30 and Indian Road, where everybody's coming from the east, you only need it on one side. In the same way, for people coming from the west, you'd only need it on one side. You wouldn't need it on the back side of those 2. So there'd be one sign that would be double-sided, 2 signs at least that would be one-sided. If we did go to the bigger sign, which is 85 inches by 36 inches, that would be $12,740 for the signs. That doesn't include installation. I showed it to the people at the garage over here earlier today, and they thought they could do, at least some of it, if not most of it, of the installing of it. We'd have to hire a bricklayer, to put the bricks, make the chimney-looking things that you see in the picture. I don't have any idea what that would cost. We're really in the preliminary stages of this. I just want to know, or we don't want to know, is if the village is willing to spend up to that amount of money, because if the village doesn't want to spend 10, 12, 13, 14,000, whatever it takes, maybe up to 15,000. There's no sense us spending time to do it. So I think it's needed. People at the park, they don't know what's in town. They don't know about Friday night fish fry at the restaurants. There's They could have tours at the museum, the library, certainly could advertise stuff to do at the library. There are things that we can get the campers to come into the village to do. And hopefully as we build on it, and we get more businesses downtown to take advantage of it too. So I think it's a win-win. If it costs us $15,000, I think it's well worth the gamble. Anybody have any questions? And we're gonna be working on this for the next few months, probably. It's not something we're gonna build tomorrow.
I mean, do you really think we need multiple signs though?
Yep. One sign in the middle of town like Beth Ainsley used to have
Yeah,
is not enough.
I've never seen multiple signs like that in small towns.
Yeah. But how many small towns have a park that has 400,000 people come and go? If we got just 1% of that 400,000, you know how many people that would be? Just 1% of it.
I think,
So, I have another question then. If we don't know, and there's no guaranteed the status of the park after 7 years, or 6 years now, correct?
If we get 6 or 7 years worth of advertisement out of that, maybe the town will be somewhat rebuilt.
Well, even if the park is still gonna exist.
Yeah. There's still gonna be people coming and going.
People coming and going from the park, and I imagine there's still gonna be, camping there. I don't see,
I don't know that.
well, I don't see them giving that up. I mean, that's a revenue source for them. Unless they plan on something a lot more.
Right now, the revenue is for the state of Illinois,
Right.
because they're running it or overseeing it.
Yeah, well, they're not making money out there, the state of Illinois. They're losing money.
after we talked this afternoon, I got thinking, if we were to do this, we've got to get with the state and the county and make sure where we can put them and how we can put them.
Oh, sure.
And then we
Gotta
have,
get a permit.
we gotta figure out electricity to them and
Now, this is just the
it's gonna
first
be a
step.
lot more work for your committee, but I think it's worth looking into.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess as long as you're willing to take this project on with your committee, why, let's keep going and get a better price. And maybe we could ask what businesses in town, and maybe there'd be some donations towards it. So it may not all be on the village, so that would be another way to try to fund some of it.
Yeah, or charge them for advertising on your sign.
Municipalities aren't supposed to ask for donations.
I mean, people can make donations if you have a charitable drive, they're not deductible, or you can do it the other way, sell advertising on it.
You know, we could do fee for service with the signs.
Or maybe building Shabbona together could take it on, I don't know. I think there's other remedies than a complete village buy-in to it, but it's gonna take some work on your committee's part.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good place to start.
Who owns the property that these locations are?
That all has to be determined too.
Well, it'd be state right away if you did it near or on a road. And we had the region, I don't know what she is, she's in charge of the region for signage. We had her at one of our meetings, and she was explaining the different types of signs, what's permissible, what isn't permissible. And you know, you gotta get approval for anything you put along the roadway.
Sure. But I mean, like, position one, is that Beth Ainsley's property?
Yes, it is.
On both sides too.
Yeah.
And that owns from Indian Road on the left for the west and the Sands at the east. I don't know.
So I mean, is she willing to allow us to put signs there?
We're just now getting started on all that stuff. We have
There's a reasonable chance.
We have a lot of
I don't wanna buy any
questions
more
and not too many
property.
answers.
We're not buying it.
Well, again, I think if you're willing to take it on and gather more information, we're gonna need more information, so it's a good
Well,
start.
Ever since I got on the village board, about 4 years ago now, the biggest concern is the decline of the village, the downtown. Nobody's coming there, and why is the park still got 400,000 people coming there, and we've got nobody coming to Shabbona?
We could use our empty lot there between the apartment building and the library, put a pole up and have it overhang the sidewalk. Put a sign on that.
Yeah.
Then we don't have to ask anybody's permission for that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know if anybody knows any bricklayer, but I'd, like to get an estimate for what the post would cost and that kind of stuff. And which we'll get into, we'll get it done. But it's not gonna be done, maybe by springtime, no, probably not. Maybe midsummer we'd have something up and going.
Well, thanks, Danny, and like I say, if your committee's willing to take it on, why, keep right on going with it and see what you can come up with.
I just didn't want it to be a absolute no to begin with and us wasting our time.
Anything else from the public affairs?
No.
Okay. Got number 5 on here, the Ad hoc Engineering Services Committee. Mark, and your name's on it, but I'll take care of this for right now. I've contacted a couple engineering companies, and they haven't been able to give me a date when they can meet, but I'll get that within the next week or so here.
Okay, I was gonna say, nobody replied, so we could try to tackle that Monday too.
We can.
Okay,
So are we doing a meeting Monday? Or that's
Mark and I
to
are
be
still gonna
determined?
talk
Okay.
about that, so.
okay.
So there's not really a report from there. Let's go to D, the sheriff's report.
So I had a couple questions on the sheriff's report. Are we, or do we I guess the better way is to ask the question, do we contract to them for a certain amount of hours? Where we have a high and a low? And also are we able to stipulate what hours we would like them here to help us more? Or I guess, to aid us more?
To what I know, we don't ever go over 20 hours a week. So they keep it between 15 and 20 hours a week.
Okay,
And no, we don't stipulate the hours because they bring in off-duty personnel and they have to sign up for it, and it's what they get signed up for. We more or less have a gentleman's agreement with the county. And they provide us 15 to 20 hours a week and we stay out of it. And
okay.
I guess that's, I don't know anything about what they do, so.
To me, just by looking at the sheriff's report, I think we would gain more, and I don't know, this is just my opinion, in the morning till lunchtime hours versus the midnight till 7 a.m. hours. I think we would benefit from that more. So I don't know if there was a way that
There aren't any midnight to 7 a.m. hours.
there was.
There's 7 to midnight.
Huh?
There's 7 to midnight. Okay.
Yeah. Is it 7 to midnight?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I had it backwards.
It depends on the time of year too. In the wintertime, nobody's out at 2 o'clock in the morning. In the summertime, there's people all over at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there's a few 7 midnight shifts in here.
It was a 7 to midnight, I'm sorry. Where I think we would, and I don't know if anybody's in agreement, is in the morning hours, the garbage trucks and stuff like that going through town.
Just remember, they do vary from time of year. when the hours are.
Who's that, the sheriff or the garbage truck?
Both probably.
Well, the garbage trucks are hammered down when I'm going to work, 5 o'clock in the morning.
You can't predict when crime is gonna happen.
I get it.
I do think we need to have some conversation with the sheriff or whoever's in charge and look at this. If we just look at it, calls that came in to for service in Shabbona for the month, there were 8 calls. So maybe more traffic stops or traffic tickets issued. Something looks to me, and I think you're right, Mark, I think time would be a factor, but I guess we can look at that and say we live in a pretty safe place because we're not having a lot of calls. And if you look at the back or the second sheet on that, the 3 of the miscellaneous calls were a check status and a order protection that was unfounded and a civil issue. So, yeah, maybe we could talk to Andy about revising the time a little bit, or maybe chasing down the garbage trucks a little harder. From sitting at the office through the daytime, the garbage trucks just hammer down through town there. I certainly think there could be some work there, so. Anybody else have any questions about the sheriff's report? Okay, well, let's go on to E, the village clerk. Approval of the regular board meeting minutes from December 18th.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a roll call vote, please.
Richard Blackowitz,
Yes.
Josh Schneider, Kellen Welsh,
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco,
Yes.
Jenny Sands,
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, then also in your packet is the fire report. Is just for your information, what we're getting in for FOIAs and how many, and even the amount of time that it takes to take care of some of these FOIAs. And there are quite a few of them there, so.
A lot of curious people.
Yeah, one even calls himself Curious something or other. So.
Curious person 2025@gmail.com.
What if they change that to 26?
So,
We'll find out.
Is
Hopefully
it-
we
is
don't
it-
find out.
is it common year to year to have this many FOIAs?
This will be the 3rd year that we've had to have more FOIAs, but everybody across the board throughout the state is having a lot more FOIAs than they ever had. Even larger cities that have always had a lot of FOIAs. So it's just a lot more people FOIA now.
Okay.
And you get a lot of educational FOIAs. There's one from a jurisdictional thing that they wanted copies of attorney bills. But every municipality in the state of Illinois got that.
Okay with you?
Okay.
It was kind of more of a research thing from what we can figure out.
Right, and I see the guy,
Yeah.
every month, the guy from the IBEW
Yep, wants permits,
wants permit, wants to see if the right permits were pulled, and then.
which is why we do the spreadsheet that you guys see when we're actually
And what was the
issuing
other one,
permits.
Curious George at Gmail? Curious person or whatever it was. I'm not even gonna look it up.
Curious person
Wait till
2025.
it's time on his hands first.
Apparently, yeah. Or somebody that really wants to know it. Quite honestly, there's nothing wrong with them
No,
knowing what's going
absolutely.
on. I think it's great.
And as of January 1st of this year, if you if it looks like it's AI issued or it's not technically a real person, you can question it. And if they don't respond within a certain time, you're not responding, you're not doing anything for the FOIA. But that's kind of a touchy thing where you're gonna have to, most of the time you get a response
So
that they're real.
that was just information for the board, so. We'll go on to 6, the financial. Unless somebody's got questions on the FOIA, I'm sorry.
If you wanna make a motion to accept and place on file.
I knew you'd have to tell me how to do this one.
Oh. I was just giving it out like the sheriff's report, so they could just review it and see it.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know if you motion to accept and place on file. The report.
Should we?
I'm required to keep a log by,
Do you recommend that we accept
like,
this?
we can wait until the end of the fiscal year, cause I track it by fiscal year.
Okay.
Okay, now we'll go on to the financial approval of the bills and the payroll for January 2026.
I didn't see Chastain on there, so I'm good.
Okay, can I have a,
But I got a question.
okay,
There was something about networking, an annual renewal of wireless monitoring, 8,1010.
That is for OmniSite.
Yes.
That is for well house number 6. It's a piece of equipment in there that it alarms, and that's how we get, the Public Works gets notified if there's anything that needs to be addressed. And you have to have a wireless for the signal to go out to them. Both their cell phones are on the account.
So we pay that every year just for that monitoring service?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a cheaper way of doing that, but.
You'd have to look into if there's another, if they allow another option, because sometimes with equipment like that, that's always internally.
It depends on if the walls feed the fire system too. Cause even the factories with the 10 and 12-inch mains.
Because that price would also include them,
monitoring.
any contact that they do with Public Works
Oh, okay.
and the actual reporting and monitoring.
Has that ever gone up?
I don't know.
Or that was my own question.
Make a motion to approve it.
okay, can I have a second, please?
Second.
Roll call vote?
Roll call vote for January bills and payroll. Mark Stanley?
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco?
Yes.
Benny Sands?
Yes.
Josh Schneider?
Yes.
Richard Luckowitz?
Yes.
Callan Welsh?
Yes.
Motion carried.
B is the treasurer's report as of December 31st, 2025, and the fund summary report. And I hope we're making a little more sense out of the fund summary report so we can see just a little bit better where we're at. It's been a work in progress, and I think we'll probably we can make it better, but right now it's better than what it was.
Absolutely.
And if you look as of December 31st, we're getting things back under control a little bit. We're still underwater in the water fund. That was funny, wasn't it? But yeah, we're still below boards on the water fund, but we're getting to where we need to go. And with this report, we can see the grant funds and the motor fuel tax separate from the.
It's a good start.
It's a start, yeah.
Absolutely, a good start.
And I don't think we have to,
Lift a motion on that one.
Yeah, motion accepted, please.
okay. We're gonna make a motion to put this on file. So, could I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to put it on file.
Second,
One second.
and let's have a roll call vote.
Roll call, Mark Stanley?
Yes.
Josh Snyder? Richard Lekowitz?
Yes.
Kellen Welsh?
Yes.
Denny Sands?
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And the operating statement as of December 31st, 2025.
And that one's just provided for board review.
I did have one question about that. It looks like the revenues and the expenses are listed in the same block. Is that total number, just adding all of those numbers up? Including the revenues and expenses?
On the operating statement?
Yeah. So like at the end of that, cause there's revenues at the top and expenses at the bottom, and then there's the total. And I would have to double check that math. I don't know. It's generated by the program. So I would have to double check the math.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that, I like having the operating gain loss there, that's great. I just wanna make sure we're not just adding together the revenues and expenses to get that number.
Right.
Anybody else got any questions on the operating statement? Could I have a motion to approve this, please?
Motion to approve?
Second,
Second it.
roll call?
Roll call, Kellen Welsh?
Yes.
Mark Stanley?
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco?
Yes.
Denny Sands?
Yes.
Josh Snyder? Richard Lekowitz?
Yes.
Go on to D, the utility billing. We've got two resolutions there for, both of them had frozen pipes or problems, and we give a one-time waiver to go back to a standard bill. We bill them what we would usually bill them.
210 North Illini in mid-October, had a major shower leak and upstairs, major bathroom leak. And one of the units had a 45,000 usage, and their average is usually 9,000. So they're requesting a waiver to their normal bill for their usage.
I got a question. Can our system red flag something like that?
It did.
I mean, before it got
Bill-
to that
no,
big?
No, ours is not until you do the reading, you don't know what the usage is.
Oh, because I thought it was like over the air, it's all electronic now.
It is to read the
To
meters.
read them, but we don't.
But I have to import everything and set it up for them to go read everything at the end of the quarter. And then they go around and they do use the radios to read everything.
Okay.
But otherwise, we'd have to do that multiple times.
Yeah, no.
They can one-off read things as we need throughout things, but there's no way to monitor everything all the time. If someone reports they think they have a leak or something, then we'll go read it. And the reason they're replacing more meters is to get them updated, because we've got meters that you cannot pull history on right now. So if there is an issue, 210 was an example of that. The meters were outdated, that you couldn't pull the previous history on it, so you couldn't see where the spike happened. The meters have also been replaced, so,
They did replace them.
yeah,
At
after the
both
fact.
of these addresses?
No, the other one, they did not need to replace the meter because that one read accurately.
Okay.
That one I can give you the info on. The other one, 201 East Comanche, had a uses of 251,000 gallons for the quarter. And they went and pulled history. So I called the owner, it's a rental property, it was vacant, and they'd been checking it weekly. Meanwhile, the guys went for me and did a 30-day read pull. And on December 16th, at like 4 PM, it started reading 700 and 800 gallons an hour going forwards. Right up my first. So They went about a week and a half without checking it.
So that one's
So that one
that's
is,
unoccupied, the other one, the person actually lives there, right?
yeah, it's the 2-story. It's a
Yeah.
house with apartment upstairs and downstairs.
The 201 East Comanche, that's a complete gut job now to rebuild the house, so. And,
So are we doing both of these at once or one at a
no,
time?
we'll do them one at a time.
Alright, I make a motion to approve the resolution
Which one?
for 201, number
Oh,
one,
I'm sorry.
or 210.
210.
Oh, I know.
2026-01-15-R1.
We got a motion and a second?
Yep.
And roll call, please.
Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Joshua Snyder, Richard Lekowitz,
Yes.
Callan Welsh,
Yes.
Denny Sands,
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco.
Yes.
Motion carried. I will issue an updated bill.
And we need to approve resolution 2026-01R, 01-15R2.
I make a motion to approve.
Second, please.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco,
Yes.
Denny Sands,
Yes.
Joshua Snyder, Richard Lekowitz,
Yes.
Callan Welsh.
Yes.
I will issue I'm issuing what their bills were in the last quarter. So,
Did we do something different? Because it looked like the water bills came out a little, quicker this month.
the post office, the postmaster had let me know from, who's in Waterman, Angie, that they were not going to, they got permission not to cycle everything out to Fox Valley. The average rural route mailbox took 15 days to get their utility bill last quarter.
And how about this time?
It was probably delivered within 2 days.
Yeah, 'cause I know we got ours quicker and actually last month. You got yours quicker?
Yeah,
So,
that was awesome.
good, thank you for resolving that. How has the response been on the people wanting it done?
This round is much better than last round. It's like 1 in 3 people disregard the piece of paper in the thing, which is better than last time where it was 1 person filled it out and 5 people didn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it a second time. So I'm already up to 140 people saying yes, which last time I was at 75. And we're not very far. We've got a lot of bills to come in yet. So I'll have information next month for you guys to consider on email module.
How about putting something out on the Shabbona website?
I can put something on our Facebook page.
Or, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something
When we
like that.
stuffed them, we made sure it was the bill,
Yeah,
the survey, and the newsletter. And then anybody who comes into the office with their payment, if it doesn't include the survey, they get handed the survey to fill out before they leave.
I mean, how many do we have left? Like 120, 140?
Oh, no, we're not even 25% received yet for
So you
payments.
got 75 and then you said you got 100 or something.
Well, I had 75 last time, I've had 140, well, like, that includes that 75.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of those people aren't filling it out again. I've gotten a few notes. I filled it out last time. Sad part is some of the people I've been hoping I could get updated phone numbers for, that's not happening. So like if I had both people that had the water usage issues, both of them had working phone numbers in the system. So I was able to call right away. Because like on the house with the 251,000 gallons that was used, they were a little bit in disbelief, but I told her, if there's an issue, you let me know right away and I'll have Public Works immediately come shut the water off. And I got the call as soon as her husband hit the house, get him over here. So the water shut off. If I don't have working phone numbers, it's a whole nother ballgame.
yep.
Any other questions on the utility billing? Okay, let's go on to 7 ordinance, resolutions, and proclamations. Number 1 is resolution 2025-01-15R3. Approve a liquor license application for Gearhead Saloon LLC. And I'm going to tell you that I'd like to get this approved. one of the owners of Gearheads is here tonight, if you've got any questions for him. Mike Miner's in back, guy with a hat. So,
Where is the? I'm
Terry's
sorry.
The old Terry's.
Terry's Pizzas, okay. I had never heard of this, and I was kind of, okay.
Have you got any special things you're gonna be doing there, or?
I mean, we're looking for the gaming and, you know, have a bar and eventually get to the kitchen. We'd like to be open before the kitchen comes to play, because there's gonna be a lot more work still going on to upgrading the kitchen itself with codes. So we're probably just gonna do like simple frozen pieces and stuff, and other than that, just the same as I guess every bar goes, really. We're kind of, with the Gearhead Saloon, I think, back before when I was here, we explained that, you know, we're like a museum, kind of. A lot of race car history stuff in there, and just, you know, like, say we're almost like American Pickers, I guess. And that's kind of what we're offering different, I would say, from other bars when you come in here. Because we got some pretty cool stuff, that retired things, and a lot of racing memorabilia and stuff. There's a lot of people that do race involved still, so it's kind of a really, I guess, you know, shop automotive gearhead type of a presence. That's why we took it this way. I know there's a lot of, I think there's been a lot of confusions from the get-go that we're a biker bar. And I mean, we're kind of like everything. We've got probably more car memorabilia than we are even, you know, dealing with bikes, and I kind of just like to clear that confusion up. That's not all we are or what we're doing. It's a combination of racing, and it just really comes down to one of us races or both of us have raced bikes and cars. So that's really what we are. Just
it's a step forward in the right direction. We're getting a building that's filled, that's been, empty for quite some time, and I think two very good owners. So I'd like you to approve this resolution.
I'll make a motion to
So
approve.
did we do background on both?
Yes, we did background on both, yep.
Alright.
Background checks come back completely fine.
Yeah, cause I only see, one name on the,
I did not include the background check authorizations in the packet.
I think you have to do background check before it can be.
Both the owners
beyond
have
that.
background checks, yeah, before you can issue.
And quite honestly, our background check is probably not gonna be as difficult or as stringent as the state background check.
The state does the fingerprint.
And then there'll probably be more with the gaming.
Mhm.
And I think I just think it's great that we're getting the building filled, and we've got two good people willing to do it. So,
When do you plan on opening?
as soon as all of this can come to play, if we can get just the town and the state taken care of, and then get past our health inspection and then the final inspection, we're good to go.
Okay.
So as fast as
Soon as
that,
we
and
get
we
all
can't
this
rush
done.
all these things. The gaming will definitely come last.
Right.
So we have signed or reached out to a gaming company that is gonna take over after this step. And they help go with the state, and everything is one packet.
Right.
So that'll all be going down, you know, as fast as, obviously, this is legit, and we can start that process that way.
and they own the building, they don't lease it?
they own the building, correct? And you could ask Mike, he's
No, it's just.
one of the owners, so.
They've been renovating it too. I was actually in there at Christmas.
Sounds like a good thing for our new sign.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Would you wanna buy some advertising for it?
Contact Denny Sands.
Yeah.
Well, if there's anything else we can do to help them speed this up too, I'm very much in favor of that, so I'd like to see another nice business come to town.
We've been trying at this a while, and I mean, it really isn't all about some of the old politics. It really is timing. The building needed a lot of work, and if anything, it was a blessing to take a step back and have a little more time, to take more time, and now here we are, and we pushed pretty hard in the last few months, and it's really came a long way. We're so close. And it's a pretty nice building in there, so a couple of you have been in there, you know, and I think it really turned out great compared to what it was. Just the history, it's got some of that character still inside there, and I think it's gonna be a pretty unique place. Definitely not a dive bar.
I'll make a motion for that.
Mark had already motioned.
Second.
Second.
Good, I have a roll call vote, please.
Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Richard Lukowitz,
Yes.
Callan Welsh,
Yes.
Josh Snyder,
Yes.
Jeff Jeffco,
Yes.
Jenny Sands,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, then resolution 250115R4 is approving liquor licenses for Gearhead Saloon. The first one was for the balance of this year's licenses, and the second one will be next year's license. But if we get them both to them now, the state will see that we've got licenses for them, and hopefully get this moved along a little faster. So the second resolution is for the next year's license.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Richard Lukowitz,
Yes.
Callan Welsh,
Yes.
Josh Snyder, Jeff Jeffco,
Yes.
Jenny Sands.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. Mike, I think you see the board is 100% in favor of what you're doing. So, let us know if we can do anything to help get you going, and
And good luck to you.
thank you for coming to town.
Oh, man, thank you.
Anything we can do, if you need, just feel free to come to the board meeting and
Definitely.
see what we can do.
This is a good board now, I like this.
Thanks, Mike.
Yo, thank you.
Let's go on to old business. A is the railroad quiet zone. I've been working with this with the Federal Railroad Commission and with the railroad. And it's hard to get all the numbers together that we need. And I've asked the ICC to come out here and speak to us and just talk to us in what I would call plain English. That we can understand what we have to do to move forward. I think.
Go ahead.
No, I think the report we got from Chastain's, it's all in there, but it confused me, so hopefully we can get the ICC out here to tell us this is what you have to do, and then maybe we can come up with what it would cost us.
So we never got the numbers that we needed for the gal to plug in to her calculator to see if we qualified?
We're just working on that.
Or working on getting the numbers to give to her?
Just today, I got the number of trains that come through town. And just because I'm interested. And the board members, how many trains do you think come through town in a 24-hour period? Anybody got any idea?
30?
15.
I was gonna say 10,000.
Well, the number was 16, and that really surprised me. As close as I lived to the railroad tracks, I thought it would be double that and more. So, because there's trains going by there 2 at a time, and sometimes I think there's 3 at a time.
I don't believe that.
I was surprised that it was only
5
16.
feet off from it, so I do not believe that.
Well, that came right from the.
Is that an average? Are they saying that's an average
He
a
did
day?
not tell me it's an average. He told me it's 16 trains per day.
It has to be average.
And it's
There's
24 hour period number every
Is that sunlight or night?
24 hours? That's
Yeah,
24 hours, yeah.
It's an average.
It has
Because
to be an
That
average,
sounds
but
good.
Some
It has to
days
be
we
an
have
average.
One or
a
two.
couple,
Yeah.
some
That's
Sundays
good.
and afternoons, there's like 6 of them in a row.
Yeah.
I know I wasn't here last month, and I know this was brought up, but where does the board stand as far as us wanting to continue to pursue this? I'm just curious for the rest.
So here's what we came to, and I'm not trying to speak out because it was meeting combined. if we don't qualify, it's gonna cost the board, or cost the village a lot of money. Is our understanding. How much is dependent on the setbacks and the footage of the railroad property to adjacent properties off of the railroad property line, right? Am I missing anything else? Oh, the crosswalk.
Yeah, it depends on where our scores are now for the risk index. It's possible that we qualify already, and if we don't qualify, it's possible that we can take certain steps to make us qualify, and it's possible that the ICC might pay for some or all of that. So we just kind of settled on, I think, we need to know what the numbers are before we
And
move
then
forward.
they got a hold of the gal that, where I said she needed to plug the numbers into the calculator. She was with the railroad, correct, Frank?
She's with the Federal Railroad Commission.
Okay. And we have to have a number or numbers to be able to give her to put in a calculator to get back the answer on whether we qualify or not.
And the numbers we had in our report from Chastain's, they're too old now, we gotta get updated
Yeah,
numbers.
those are back from 23. They got delivered to us in 25, and we were charged like it was 25, but the numbers were from 2023.
I guess so we're waiting to see what we're talking
Basically,
as far as
exploratory, we're
numbers to, is it costing us money to find these, to get these numbers?
As long as you don't
Not as long as we don't contact Chastain.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I've lived in this town for 43 years.
We've already paid the NSF too, so.
And I don't think, I guess I'm not in favor of us even pursuing this at this point. I don't, to me, I don't live right at the railroad tracks, but I live a block south of the railroad tracks. And I think we have a lot better things to spend money on than making this town somehow. Because my understanding, there's still going to be sounds coming out to warn people of the
Absolutely.
train.
Well, no.
Not if we qualify.
No.
Well, I can tell you that DeKalb, which has allegedly, they have a whistle that, it isn't the train that blows.
No, it's
It's
right
a-
there at the goofy 38.
It's automated.
But their risk
It's automated.
factors are much different than ours.
Okay,
And you don't have to have those. They opted for those.
okay.
Because we talked to whoever was on the phone that was in a hurry to get to his meeting.
That was the guy from the ICC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is not required. You can opt for that.
Yes,
you-
basically,
but
if we
then
can do it for free, we're gonna try to do it for free.
That was the consensus of the meeting the other night, I think, don't let me speak for you, but if we didn't have to put a lot of money in it, we should go ahead. But if it was gonna cost us a lot of money, I don't think there was anybody that was interested in spending a lot of money.
No.
Can
That's-
you
that
refresh
kind
my
of-
memory, what exactly we're talking about, closing the one across from
Nicolemas,
the Comas?
I'm trying to keep Pontiac open.
The pedestrian crossing at Nokomis. And then the Pontiac Street.
How's that gonna affect school children?
Well, I-
Why
Go
not?
down to a line item on Shabbona Road.
Heard from
They're
some
not going
people.
to, they're not gonna do
I
it.
understand that.
I'm
I agree 100% with you, Dennis.
Yeah, what I brought up in the meeting, I'm opposed to closing any cross streets.
Okay. So what's the railroad wanna do?
The railroad would have to close
crossings.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the railroad just soon you close everything and there was no crossing.
I mean, if we make the school children wait until nobody's looking, then they run across,
They're gonna do that anyway. There's no safety barrier right now.
No.
I
Yeah.
can't
So it
believe
doesn't
that, I
matter.
can't believe that the school doesn't take a bus and pick the kids up and take them across the railroad tracks myself.
I don't know what that is. Does them good to get out and get some fresh air.
I get it, I totally get it, but safety wise, if everybody's that concerned about safety,
Well, it's gonna take is the first kid getting killed. And then we're all gonna look like a bunch of idiots.
Well, we
Yeah, but we have no
had-
safety things there now anyway,
none.
so it doesn't, there's no change.
Yeah, but you can't expect the kids to go down to Illini or go down to Casey's
Well,
and cross there and then come back. They're not gonna do it. They're just not gonna do it. I wouldn't do it if I was a 8, 9, 10-year-old young guy. I'd run across the tracks too.
That was a long time ago, you probably don't remember that.
They have no-
Doesn't have tracks,
Frank. You used to be my buddy.
Well, it used to be, yeah. For your question there, the closure of the pedestrian crossing would come with up to $150,000 to provide fencing on both sides of the railroad tracks to keep anybody from going across.
Just go around the fence.
Well, that could be, but
No
that's,
stopping them,
somebody said the ICC would pay for it. What they pay for is up to $150,000 in fencing.
Yeah.
Now, there's some incentives from the railroad and from the Federal Railroad Commission. And hopefully, if I can get this guy from the ICC out here, they're pretty non-committal to talk to us without a whole big, but he was willing to talk to us and tell us what he thought.
Yeah. But I think we need to come up with a solution other than, well, we'll look the other way. We're asking for a young child to get hurt.
Well, I think with this, asking for this railroad crossing and bringing it up again, we've kind of poked the bear. And if you looked in the Chastain report, the railroad is gonna have to put pedestrian gates on the Nokomis crossing because we've stirred it up in the.
Right, yeah. So that would be good, that'd be excellent.
In the same way with the Pontiac crossing, if you guys remember, there's a track, 2 tracks or 2 mainline tracks. And then there's a third, what they call an industry track. There's 3 tracks at Pontiac Street. And by poking the bear, they found out that the crossing guards' arms are not in the right spot there. So somebody's gonna have to move those. So
And to boot, they have to redo that crossing this year.
that's already in the works, that they're gonna redo the crossing. They've done it twice now with wood, but now they're gonna have to go back in and make it a cement crossing. So by doing this, we poked the bear and there's gonna be changes made. So,
Well, we'll see what they do.
well, that's about all we can do.
Yeah.
So, and
I
that's,
just wanted to voice my opinion on that.
I wish I could have brought you more news tonight, but it's been hard. Because the first of the year, they're all in meetings or on vacation or something, and it's been hard to get them, so hopefully that will change in the next couple of weeks here.
Could we get somebody to come to a board meeting?
I don't know if we can get them to a board meeting, we can get them in to talk to a couple of us. This fellow from the ICC's gotta be pretty non-committal, because they're gonna come out and tell us exactly what needs to be done, and they're gonna have to have a meeting and,
I'd like to volunteer to be at that meeting.
okay, well, that's, yeah. Being we're old guys and we don't work, that would be great.
Yeah.
The rest of these guys work, so
I crossed there many times.
they're, I've talked to a lot of people and nobody seems to be in favor of closing either one of these crossings. So that's probably the way we have to go for the quiet zone, is with all the crossings open. And I don't know if we'll get it with the pedestrian crossing. It's just, the report was great to me. I know Callan dove into it pretty deep and he might have a better handle on it tonight. Right now, I can't, I don't know where we're going. More to come. And so if we go down to new business number 9, that's where this come from, the DeKalb County Joint Agreement. With the rear of the quiet zone, I called Nathan Schwartz, the county engineer, and I said, what are you willing to do for us with the quiet zone and improving the Shabbona Road crossing? Because there'll have to be sidewalks and stuff there, and so he said, yeah, we'll do something, but we'd really like to have this joint agreement that's been going on here for 10 years, been back and forth, maybe you remember. The county would like to give the village of Shabbona the jurisdiction of Shabbona Road from Mullins Grain all the way out to Preserve Road. And there's been letters back and forth that I found about what they'd be willing to do and what we needed to do. And Nathan couldn't be here tonight, but he will be here on the February 19th meeting to explain this joint agreement a little more. What it boils down to is they'll redo the road. They'll redo Shabbona Road all the way through town, repave it. And if it took storm sewer and sewer improvements, they'd be willing to fund that. And I don't want to get ahead of speaking for the county, but there would be significant improvements if we would take the jurisdiction of that road. And I'm not sure where either one of us benefits from it. I got a letter from him late today explaining some of it, but I think it would be better if he comes on the 19th and explains that. One in the previous ERS when they talked about it, the water main along Preserve Road down by the high school was terrible. And that was going to be part of it. They were going to fix that, but the village went ahead and repaired that water main where it was bad on the south side and then on the north side both. So that would be something that wouldn't be involved in this joint agreement now. So we really need to get Nathan here and have him explain what they're willing to do. So, I thought maybe there'd be a little more tonight, but I couldn't get him here tonight, so. But he will be here at our next board meeting and we can develop some questions for him. And I think, Mark, that'll be a thing that your committee needs to tackle a little bit, is what we need or what it would take.
I'd just be curious because 50% of Shabbona Road between 30 and Preserve Road, about roughly 40% is still on septic. So with them doing the upgrades on that, how would that affect? I'm one of them that's on septic still.
I don't know that, and that's a perfectly good question to ask. So,
and I guess I'd have to ask the village also, are you wanting to convert the houses? Because you're all the way up north of the high school. It's still on septic.
Still on septic, correct. And maybe that's something they'd be willing to do. I don't know at this point. They don't have water main to replace because we've done that.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, the storm sewer on Shabbona Road is good. We don't have any problems flooding there unless we break a water main. Then we flood your yard.
Yeah, then you flood Matt and Tracy's, mine, in the corner.
Right. So
that needs to be tiled under Preserve Road still.
And maybe that's something that we need to ask Nathan and what they're willing to do and how they can help us with engineering, because they have staff engineers.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'm in.
again, it wound up just as information for the board, and
Yeah.
again, we're kicking the can, but we need to
Next month.
find out on these things, so.
Yeah, most definitely.
So unless anybody's got any questions on that joint agreement, I'd take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor?
Alright.
Thank you. See you on the 19th, if not before.
So our meeting's on for Monday, correct?
Thank you.
I think we